the kids couldn't read. A lot of the kids who had severe behavior challenges, disorders, they could not read, write, or spell. And when it's time for them to do their homework, they would completely fall apart in the classroom. And if we just take care of the behavior, but we don't teach them how to read, the problem keeps coming back. And if we just try to teach them how to read, and we just try to help them academically, but we never take care of the behaviors, then we still have a problem. I combine both, okay, for overall success. Hello, family. It's your girl, Sharita, and you're growing with Sharita. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what it's like to teach kids of all ages, okay? We were working with kids on their behavior modification, social skills, coping skills, being able to communicate, taking responsibility for their actions. We had really good results. So I was working at UMD&J in Newark, New Jersey. My stomping ground, my hometown, is where I was born. That's where I got my start professionally as well. But while I was working there, the kids couldn't read. A lot of the kids who had severe behavior challenges, disorders, they could not read, write, or spell. And when it's time for them to do their homework, they would completely fall apart. So I was about 27 years old at that time, and I said, I need to get in the classroom. I want to help kids improve behaviorally, and then teach them how to read. So behaviorally and academically at the same time. I was lucky enough to get a permanent substitute teacher position in a special education classroom for the year. Completely turned the classroom around, improved their behavior, got the kids focused, learning, completing their assignments, completing their homework, and then becoming successful, being able to read, and of course, improve their behavior and focus overall. And at the end of the school year, one of the students was transitioned out of special education into general education classroom. Then I became an official teacher, a certified teacher, and I was a resource pullout teacher at Quitman Street School in Newark. My other stomping ground, okay? Students not being able to read and function independently, unequipped to do the work, feeling like a failure all the time, leads to behavior problems in the classroom. And if we just take care of the behavior, but we don't teach them how to read, then the problem keeps coming back. And if we just try to teach them how to read, and we just try to help them academically, but we never take care of the behaviors, then we still have a problem. So I combine both, okay, for overall success. I'm teaching kids from preschool age all the way up until high school age. And what's that like? If you are a teacher and you have teenagers and they're walking around like they could care less, the building that connection with teenagers is imperative, okay? With teenagers, you have to show them. They wait for you to show them that it's okay for them to connect with you, for them to let you in. Okay, like it's some club or something that you're not part of yet, okay? And they're waiting, so they might be standoffish at first or not listen. But if you build that relationship with them, then they are loyal. They show up. They want to work. They want to know your opinion. Okay, they want your advice. And I don't only do this with my teenage students, my high school students, but I do this with my middle school students. I do this with my elementary school students. I do this with my preschool students. Always ask, hey, what you been up to? How was your day? And then if they say good, I'm going to say, what's good about it? Bad. Well, what's bad about it? What happened? We do that in the beginning of every class so that they can, reconnect. And it helps me understand what's going on with them. It gives them a place where they can talk about something that aggravated them. They had an argument with their sister, you know what I mean? Or if they have an assignment that's tough, they want to ask me if I can help them with, right? Or if they're not feeling well, if they're sick. I have the flu, Miss Sharita, and one of my students. And I asked him, I said, you okay to be in class? He's like, yeah, he wanted to still be in class even though he wasn't feeling well. But I told him, if you need to go and take care of yourself, that's fine with me. Go and take care of yourself. Okay? So the bond in the beginning, regardless of what age the students are, is so important in building that connection. And I also share with them, things about me, So if I ask them how their day was, or then they tell me about their day, or they tell me what they have for lunch, I'll tell them what I have for lunch. When we get to the elementary school students, those are the students that are like, they want your attention. They call you 100 times, okay? Basically, they call you 100 times. So sometimes they don't want to wait to be called on, okay? Now, in the classroom, this could present a challenge, and my tutoring program, I work with my students in groups, and also I pull them and work with them individually. And I do this because in the classroom, I want whatever success, whatever gains they have, that they make here, will transition into the classroom, manifest itself into the classroom, so that they can have success overall. So for my students, they have to raise their hand. They can't be calling out, and they will lose points if they keep calling my name when everybody's supposed to work. When it's time to work, there's no talking, right? You have to focus, okay? For the ones who you have to have the most energy with is the youngest ones, like the 4-year-olds, right? So for the high school students, I'm more laid back, I'm more joking, you know what I mean? And then if I need to get serious and get on them, I'm tough with them. With the youngest kids, I have to be very animated. I have to say things that that they laugh about, When my students have dimples, and then be like, "What's going on, Dimples?" I love Dimples. I think I need to take them and put them in my pocket, honey. Okay, and then she will laugh, right? But when I teach, being very animated, having a lot of energy, on their level, on a way that keeps them engaged and keeps them excited, because by the time they are in high school, they're not having a lot of trouble sitting down in a chair. You understand? They more laid back. They want to sit down. They don't feel like moving. They don't feel like doing nothing. Most high school students, right? But the youngest kids, they move around a lot. They move around in their chairs. They might be lying down. They might be getting up, jumping out of their chairs, or they're sitting down, but they got their foot up. I have seen that. I've seen that with one of my students. I'm looking for her. And next thing you know, I see a foot in the camera. Now, I forgot to mention, my program is virtual. We will be transitioning to a physical location soon. But I've had students from all over the country improve their behavior and their focus and their reading, be able to read when they've been struggling with reading for years. Now, here's another beautiful thing about teaching kids of all ages. They see each other, right? So I have groups that are designed and customized for the levels for each student. So I tend to keep the elementary students together, but there may be a 6th grade student who's transitioning out of their elementary group and going into the middle high school group, but he's not ready for that yet, right? So they all see each other, and then sometimes I'll have a high school student come to one of my classes with my elementary school students. They just have to finish something up and then log in. Okay, so I call the older students the big brothers and sisters of the younger students. And they really take that to heart. They really look at each other like family. A student could be having a problem. I mean, maybe a student is upset because they didn't earn the points they needed to earn. And then the older students will coach them, counsel them, and give them advice. It's just amazing. It really is like a big family. In my program, if I'm tutoring maybe 14, 15, 16 kids at one time, and they're all different ages, and they meet each other, they love each other, they care about each other, and then they will encourage each other if they achieve something, or if they're ready to give up. They will encourage each other. Or if somebody's out of line. There was one student today, the way he answered me, my other student didn't like it, and she checked him before I had to say anything, okay? And then he said, "Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't even have to say anything." they do this because that's what I model to them. We have success rules that they recite every time they begin class after we connect and bond. Everybody knows them, from the youngest students all the way up to the high school students. They all know them. I feel very blessed to be able to teach kids of all ages. And I'm glad that I didn't restrict myself in the beginning. I only intended on teaching 4th and 5th grade and literacy, teaching kids how to read. We believe in excellence. We believe in doing our best. And we believe in goal setting and goal hitting. No limits, no excuses with the teenagers, and really understand that they are growing into adulthood. They need to be able to think for themselves, but they also need guidance at the same time. So it's a delicate balance to make sure that I leave space to and ask questions to understand their viewpoints of what they're thinking, and then help them, guide them in their questioning of themselves, so that they can go through a process of self-discovery and self-awareness, and be able to develop the awareness to move forward in a way that's healthy for them, and it's going to help create the results that they want to create. It's a delicate balance with the teenagers. With my younger students, I also help them to develop awareness also, but it's much easier to lead them and guide them because they want to be led and guided. If you want your child to really work and grow during the summer, if your child is behind academically and you don't want your child hanging around the house, waking up late and strolling around the day and not really doing much with themselves, being on their phones, but you want them to be part of a community. So you want them to be part of a community. You want them to have a tutor that will help them improve academically and behaviorally at the same time. Hold them accountable. Be tough on them when I need to be. Support you. But also always love on them. Always nurture them. Always let them know how amazing they are. That they are champions. And this is how champions do. This is how we do. This is how we act. Okay? Give me a call. Number is 908-313-1973, and ask for a free consultation for your child. Okay? You can also send me a message through Messenger. Okay? We get messages through Messenger all the time, so you can do that as well. You and your child become part of our program, you will see a growth and you will see results within the first month. That's the average. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful night. Okay? Looking forward to serving you. Believe in yourself. Believe in your child, honey. And always remember that growth is unlimited. Peace.